The WNBA just witnessed something incredible that left everyone talking. Caitlin Clark made headlines again. But this time it wasn't because of her amazing long-range shots. Instead, she shocked the world with a $25 million move that nobody predicted. Sophie Cunningham stood frozen in disbelief when Caitlin revealed a life-changing surprise that connected their careers to Nike, the biggest name in athletic gear. This goes beyond business. It's about standing by your people, true connection, and the powerful changes Caitlin Clark is creating in sports. Every game, every action, every person matters. Get ready for the incredible tale of how Caitlin Clark transformed a major endorsement opportunity into an unforgettable moment for her fellow player, and why it matters for women's professional hoops. Let's dive into the main story. Caitlin Clark, the breakout star playing for the Indiana Fever, just locked down one of the most valuable sponsorship agreements ever seen in female athletics. We're looking at a $25 million deal spanning multiple years with Nike. No WNBA player has ever received this much money for footwear. The amount actually exceeds what several experienced NBA stars earn. Plus, she's getting her own personalized basketball shoe, something countless players only fantasize about. And Caitlin achieved it within her first professional season. Now here's where things get really interesting. Caitlin chose not to mark this achievement with typical media announcements and fancy advertisements. She picked a completely unexpected approach to celebrate. Within hours of finalizing everything, Caitlin Clark reached out personally to Sophie Cunningham, asking her to attend a private Nike gathering in Indianapolis. People familiar with the team mentioned Sophie assumed it was simply a company party, perhaps involving pictures or a small media appearance. Sophie had no clue that Caitlin had requested Nike to prepare a stunning surprise that would impact the entire team and create waves across the whole organization. During the gathering, following a brief video showcasing Caitlin's path from college to professional basketball, Nike representatives presented Caitlin with a specially made jersey featuring golden embroidery. However, Caitlin refused to wear it herself. She faced Sophie instead and declared, "This belongs to everyone who commits, competes fiercely, and defends their squad. Sophie, I informed Nike that you're the person I need beside me through all of this." Caitlin then opened a small showcase and retrieved a package holding a personalized Sophie Cunningham Performance Edition shoe featuring team colors, the words "No Backing Down" sewn onto the back, and an official agreement for a partnership deal through Nike, made possible through Caitlin's own contract arrangements. Sophie apparently broke down crying, totally caught off guard by everything. You're probably asking yourself, why pick Sophie? What made Caitlin Clark, an international phenomenon with endless commercial possibilities, choose to highlight someone else during her big moment? The explanation connects to the strong relationship they built both during games and away from the arena. When Caitlin Clark joined the professional ranks, she stepped into intense conditions. Media attention was overwhelming. Physical contact during games was brutal, and conflicts, particularly involving players like Angel Reese and De'Erica Hamby, happened constantly. But one teammate supported Caitlin right from day one: Sophie Cunningham. Whether positioning herself between Clark and aggressive opponents, absorbing rough contact, or defending her new teammate during media sessions afterward, Sophie rapidly became Caitlin's guardian, muscle, and mentor figure in the challenging professional environment. Caitlin remembered every bit of it. She mentioned during one interview, "Everyone discusses my performances, but Sophie handles things nobody notices. She creates the space that lets me perform my best." That kind of confidence rarely exists, particularly in a competition where roster positions, financial agreements, and public attention are limited. Caitlin recognized that dedication and chose to treat her Nike opportunity not simply as personal success, but as acknowledgement for the teammate who always had her back. This represents something far greater than athletic footwear or financial contracts. What Caitlin Clark accomplished was change the possibilities of celebrity influence in women's professional sports. For years, athletes have signed agreements and collected payments. But Caitlin pushed further, leveraging her bargaining position with Nike to elevate another woman who lacked widespread recognition. This establishes a fresh benchmark. Consider this carefully. When did you last witness a first-year professional athlete informing a massive corporation, "Sure, I'll agree to terms, but only if I can also spotlight somebody else"? This action communicates clearly to the organization. Standing by teammates counts. Working together counts. If you support me, I'll support you back. It's a strategic decision filled with genuine care. The WNBA really needed exactly this. Nike understands business. They recognize Caitlin Clark as a rare once-in-a-generation athlete, not only because of her incredible shooting range, but due to her ability to attract massive attention. She delivers supporters, revenue, television viewers, and crucially, she creates compelling narratives. Nike noticed the excitement surrounding Clark throughout her college years. Packed stadiums, famous people attending games, unprecedented audience numbers for college matches. That's exactly why they outbid Adidas, Puma, and Under Armour to secure her partnership. But here's the brilliant part. They didn't just purchase Caitlin's athletic abilities, they invested in her principles. By allowing her authority to bring Sophie into her success story, they demonstrated something daring. Nike isn't merely backing Clark individually, they're backing the transformation she's driving forward. Trust this completely. They plan to maximize this situation perfectly. Collaborative advertisements focused on dedication, exclusive Clark/Cunningham product releases. This transcends the sport itself. Want to know what occurred inside that Fever Team facility? Explosive reactions, the positive kind. Several teammates spoke up saying they'd witnessed nothing comparable before. Clark didn't just energize supporters. She motivated the squad to view themselves through a different lens. Alyssa Thomas apparently shared with staff members, "She just provided Sophie with recognition most of us never received throughout entire careers, and she accomplished it instantly." Experienced players complimented Caitlin's wisdom. Newer players saw her completely differently. The team atmosphere became stronger and more connected. For a squad working hard to improve their position in rankings, that connection is crucial. Success isn't measured purely by individual scoring anymore. It's about creating something larger. Caitlin Clark just amplified that momentum significantly. Caitlin Clark took action without seeking approval first. She noticed a chance to help someone else succeed alongside her, and she grabbed it. If this creates controversy, that's acceptable, because the transformation she's generating will benefit everyone in the organization. So what happens moving forward? First, the official introduction of the Caitlin Clark signature Nike collection is scheduled for this autumn before playoff competition begins. Experts predict it will become one of the top-selling basketball shoes ever created by a female player. Second, Nike sources verified that a special Sophie edition shoe release will happen, connected to themes of dedication, hard work, and commitment. This marks a historic first in WNBA history, a player receiving their own performance edition based on a teammate sponsorship deal. Third, Caitlin Clark and Sophie Cunningham are currently scheduled to film a shared advertisement this month focusing on the concept of built for each other. And lastly, reports indicate Caitlin has more plans to help others. She's currently developing a community initiative in Indiana aimed at supporting young female athletes, which includes guidance programs for girls in poorly funded basketball systems. So that's the complete picture. Sophie Cunningham is right there with her, taking each courageous step together. Would you do the same with your endorsement opportunity like Caitlin chose to? If this content connected with you, please remember to like, subscribe, and activate notifications for additional WNBA coverage.